beautiful July muses. Welcome to Cosmo Muse Tarot. This reading is going to be all about July for you, and we're going to look at 4 different piles to choose from, as well as some astrology. Usually I'll do the sun sign, where before we get into the piles, you'll choose your sun sign to get just like a mini message specific for your sign, and then you can kind of layer that in with the pile you choose to make it, as specific to each of you as possible. But because July is mostly until about the 21st ruled by the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, I'm going to have you guys pick your moon sign this time, and we're going to get a little peek into your month based off of your moon sign. So before you jump to the piles, and I'm going to talk about these in just a minute, before you jump to your pile, check out right after the intro. I will do those little mini moon sign readings. If you don't know your moon sign, there's so many free applications on the internet, or apps even, that you can download onto your phone to find that out. You could probably just type into Google, find my astrology moon sign, and you'll be taken to plenty of free resources to find that. It shouldn't be hard. So right after this intro, go to that little astro reading, and I'll put in the timestamps, the different signs, and you can just click onto the sign that correlates with your moon, and they'll just be, like 2-ish minutes each. They're very quick, but just like a little something extra to layer into these 4 piles, just to make things as personalized as possible. Okay, diving into the piles, I am using my typical spread that I've been doing, using the I Ching cards to choose the piles for your month. So pile 1 is hexagram 62, and it's attention to detail, thunder above, mountain below. So with all of these, you may like the number, you might like the title, you might like the elements, or you might like, the colors or the image. Whatever it is that draws you in, that's what we will be using. So this is pile 1. Pile 2 is hexagram 25, Innocence, sky above, thunder below. And then we've got pile number 3, and this is hexagram 29, dangerous depths, water above, water below. Okay, and then last, pile 4, we've got hexagram 39, temporary obstacles, water above, mountain below. I think this is a really beautiful image. They all are, but so fill into these piles. I do like to lead you guys through a little bit of a breath to help you tap into your higher mind, higher self, as you concentrate on the piles and feel into which one is calling you in. So take a deep breath in, hold the breath between your eyes at the top, and between your eyes you might close down, kind of concentrate there, and then a big to release, which opens up your crown chakra, inviting in some inspiration and spiritual guidance. And if you need to do a few of those, this is a great place to pause, or if you just need a moment to sit with these different cards, pause here, and I will first see you in your little mini moon sign reading for the month, and then in your pile, and everything will be in timestamps. So I will see you in your readings. Hello, Aries Moons. I have a few cards that I'm going to pull from the Moon Oracle and an Animal Wisdom, and then I'm going to roll an Astro Dice of planets to get just a little peek at things that might be important to you in the month of July. And with this Moon Oracle deck, I do have the book with me in case it's a new one to me. So there's some cards in this deck that I would need to use the book on, but not all of them. So we'll see. Okay, the Moon Mansion 9 with the title of Picture, and it's got Venus and Neptune. And it's the moon going through 12 degrees to 25 degrees of Cancer. And I will look in the book just to get some other keywords around that. But let's get the other things pulled first. You've got Dear, Trust, Approach the Situation with a Light Heart. And then got the Moon, very fitting for a month mostly ruled by the moon. Okay, I'm going to look up this picture card really quickly. Okay. Helping others is the main aspect to this card. Oh, sorry, that's Pluto and Neptune. I knew that wasn't Venus, but I was struggling for a second. Okay. Enormous imagination and sensitivity comes together with idealistic desire to spread your beliefs and dreams to the whole world. Beautiful. So very imaginative quality coming through here with the moon, which also really one of the things that can connect into is imagination. And then you've got this beautiful Dear card of trust, approaching the situation with a light heart. So there may be something very imaginative and whimsical calling to you. And these cards are saying to be light with it, to have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. You know, the Aries moon can be a little bit fiery, but I'm feeling here that this is a call for you to sort of go inward and be a little bit more calm this month. Finding a little bit of time for inner time and a way to express outwardly sort of the images and the whimsy you're able to find in there in sort of a childlike way. Really beautiful. Okay. Taurus Moon, you guys are next. We're going to pull a Moon Oracle card, Animal Wisdom card, and the Astro Dice. With the Moon Oracle card, this is a new one to me, and there are some categories of cards in this that I would need the book for, but not all of them, so we'll see if I will need it for you guys. Yeah, I should be good on that. First quarter moon with air, an air moon. It says leaves and adaptability. Oops. And then starfish, intuition, let your soul's truth. Oh, listen to your soul's truth. Think less, feel more. And then the planet dice you have is the sun. Beautiful. And I definitely like when I'm looking at all these cards, you know, the yellow of this feels sunny. The starfish feels like something, you know, that spotlight effect, the star. So there's something really sunny coming into your world in July, I feel like. And, you know, trusting what's inside of you with it, getting out of your head in order to just like be and express yourself and go with the flow. Let ideas flow through you easily without really filtering them. And, you know, just it's all about expression, I feel like, this month, but letting your intuition guide you rather than getting in your head about it, and letting the ideas especially really flow, like a lot of new ideas coming. Beautiful. Okay. Gemini Moon, you guys are next. We are going to do a card from the Moon Oracle, as well as an Animal Wisdom card and a planetary dice card. Ishtar, goddess. The Otter, initiations. Be open through this transitional time. And the sun, again, Taurus Moon also got sun. Beautiful. So definitely, like, you know, when I think of the otter, I definitely think of a playfulness and a femininity. And then Ishtar in this deck, she's connected, this goddess is connected to the sign of Pisces, which is very magical and inspirational and muse-like. And I know Ishtar has connections to sort of a more ancient Venus feeling. And then the sun is all about creativity and expression. So I'm definitely feeling like you're going to be a little bit more joyful this month, really a little bit dreamy too, just sort of flowing through life with the water and the otter. And then Pisces is also a water sign. So there's something very fluid, very dreamy, very feminine, kind of, you know, whatever gender you are, we all have a feminine aspect to us. So there's just something more receptive, more pleasure oriented, more connected to inspiration, and something about that is like really ready to express through you and feel strong and beautiful and outwardly facing. So really gorgeous, Gemini. Okay. All right, Cancer moons, time for your little mini reading. We're going to do a moon oracle card as well as an animal wisdom card and a planetary dice. We've got wedding, moon mansion 22, which is the moon going through the early parts of Capricorn. And then we've got the planet of Saturn and the planet of Venus here. So like love, commitment going on, or some sort of responsibility in love. Oops. And then the horse, free spirit. These are kind of paradoxical. Let's see what we can get here. Give yourself the space and freedom to express your creativity. Let's get your planet first and then we'll dive in. Mars. So Mars and the horse feel very aligned to me, just like this need to move, this need to let your passions run through you and push forward, and your desires kind of pushing forward. But there is a secondary, I kind of want to read these separately. Like there might be a little bit of a tension in you guys this month where like some aspects of you are really wanting some stability and commitment and deepening into certain relationships, and another part of you is really needing like your space and freedom and excitement to have fun. So two ways this could go. Either there might be a special someone in your heart, in your life, that also has this free spirit energy, and you guys might be having a lot of fun and excitement together. Or you may be meeting someone new, or you may be in a relationship, one or the other, where you're just needing to kind of prioritize some time for each of these things. A little, you know, like really making sure that your special other or your commitment to wanting to be partnered is getting some love from you and some commitment from you, some focus, and then another side of you giving it time to have your freedom. So kind of like compartmentalizing aspects of your needs this month. So one of those two, like either you and someone are being very exciting together, or else you're needing to kind of like cordon off a little bit of time for these two aspects of the month that will be important, where there's some sort of responsibility to someone else in your life, a commitment or relationship, and then a part of you that just like, yeah, it really needs to move and explore and have some fun. So, all right, very cool. Let's see, we are on Leo. This is your reading. Leo moons. We're going to do a moon oracle first, and then an animal wisdom and a planetary dice. We've got the 10th moon mansion, which is the sun going through the end of Cancer and the beginning of Leo, which is interesting because the sun will actually go through these degrees during July of the zodiac, and then we've got the sun and Neptune placed in this moon mansion with the keyword of fountain. And I'm actually going to look that up in the book because I'm not super familiar with the mansions themselves. Okay, let's get your others and then I'll look that up. You've got rabbit, sensitive soul, strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. And I can also already say that Neptune showing up in this card, in the fountain card, the 10th moon mansion, Neptune I definitely correlate with a deep sensitivity and that rabbit energy of needing to understand your boundaries and, you know, really work with them in a sensitive way. Oops. And then you've got the moon, and the moon is also a very sensitive planet. Okay, let's look up this moon mansion really quickly. It says sharing your gifts. The sun symbolizes dynamic creativity, while Neptune denotes expansion of the imagination and allows the visionary ability to achieve great heights. This mansion signifies recognition of your own creativity by yourself and others and indicates a sudden surging in the power of your imagination. Really beautiful. So I definitely feel that with that sensitivity coming through with Pisces and Neptune with rabbit, you know, in the Chinese zodiac, the rabbit is correlational to Pisces. So and it's ruled by Neptune. So there's that inspired, compositional energy. And then the moon can be, when talking about creativity, the moon adds imagination and whimsy. And then you've got the sun, which is sort of outwardly expressing and creative. So your mood in July should be very entrenched in a deep creativity, a deep touching into things that inspire you, a soulfulness, really beautiful. So yeah, put your creativity out there. There's going to be a surge for you, especially in your mood. Your mood will really kind of push you into this, ebb and flow you through some creative expression coming through. Beautiful. Okay, next is the Virgo Moon. Okay, Virgo Moons. We are going to do a moon oracle card, an animal wisdom card, and a planetary dice. Black moon fire dormant. So this is a fire element moon in the new moon position. And then dog, divine service, which very much so relates to Virgo, that service element. And we've got the South Node. Wow, okay, so I think you're kind of, you've been facing, I think, maybe some karmic moments in your life that you're at the pinnacle of this, and you're holding a little bit of weight with it, a little bit of pressure and responsibility around this. So your mood is kind of feeling not quite depressed, but like really needing some private time, a little bit of detachment, a little bit of stress in you maybe this month. So this is calling for you to kind of detach from anything that really doesn't need your focus, so that you can focus on whatever karmic moment is kind of playing out, and to think of others. There's something about this, you know, and when we talk about karma, there usually is some sort of need to put yourself in another's shoes, which Virgo Moon would do very well. I actually feel like you may find some pleasure in this, being able to get out of your own skin, think of others, be helpful, be useful, but at the same time, planning a lot of downtime, really focusing on the main thing that's pulling at your mood, that's pulling at your sense of energy and emotion this month, and putting anything to the side that really doesn't need a lot of your attention, so you can both get some rest but also just focus on this main thing that's in you this month. And yeah, being of service, being helpful, feeling useful, that is something that will bring a recharge into you, that will kind of end this karmic thing that's trying to move out of your life. Like, it's just sort of, you've gone through a lot with whatever this karmic thing is, and it's ready to move on, but there's just like this last little bit of pressure around it. And there's something about helping others, being useful, that will relieve some of that pressure and will make you feel good and pleased about some karma being dispelled in your life. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's move to Libra Moon. We are going to pick a moon oracle card, an animal wisdom card, and a planetary dice. This one wants to pop out. The second moon mansion with Sun and Jupiter. It's the musician, and it's the moon in 12 degrees to 25 degrees of Aries. So a lot of outward expression and an understanding of your center and self, and expansiveness and creativity coming through here. A lot of creation. Let's see. A lot of cards with the sun in it have been coming out, which is really lovely to see. Squirrel, spiritual maintenance, be your own caretaker, which would make sense with this Aries connection in this card. Is a very, self-sufficient kind of energy. And the North Node, I love that, because the North Node, I feel like Aries and the North Node share a lot of things in common. It's this time of like really getting back into your sense of self, your center, your, some tight boundaries. And yeah, so there's something just like very independent coming through you. Be your own caretaker. Get back to what gives you pleasure and drive, what makes you, what charges you up in life. So there might be something about music this month that helps you get into this place of centering, of, just feeling alive, feeling beautiful in your skin, in yourself. A little bit, sometimes we need a month of a lot of self-focus, and I think that's coming through here for you guys. There's something really lighting you up, but you need to give your own self the focus right now in order to feel that charge, that spark that's coming through in your mood. The moon and the mood have a lot to do with each other. Your mood really picking you up and enlivening your spirit. I mean, I just love this image, the music, the garland of roses, the birds, the colors, something's coming to life, but you need to focus on you this month. So yeah, beautiful Libras. Okay, and I like that because that's my moon sign. Okay, so Scorpio moon sign. We're going to do a moon oracle card, animal wisdom card, and a planetary dice. Ooh, full moon in the fire element with flower and recognition. Gorgeous. Look at all the pinks in this, and some yellow tones too. Lady Bird. It's interesting, this card calls it Lady Bird instead of Ladybug. I like that. All of your manifesting positive thoughts and visualizations have been heard. Oh, wow, Scorpio. You guys got the lottery this month. And Jupiter, wow. Yeah, this is gorgeous. A full moon in the fire element, which is about excitement and passion and creative expression. Then you've got Jupiter, which is expansive and lucky. And then you've got luck with the ladybug or ladybird. And all of your positivity visualizations manifesting have been heard. Man, buy yourself a lottery ticket, guys. No, just look for, like be open, be optimistic, look for opportunities. I think a lot of big things are blossoming for you. Push your boundaries, Jupiter's all about pushing some boundaries, a little bit of self-care. The full moon can bring a vulnerability, but it's also the blossoming. Put yourself out there, recognition too. Be a little bit more bold. Be bold, put yourself out there, think positively, look for opportunities, push your boundaries, but give yourself some self-care in the meantime. Gorgeous, Scorpio. Wow. Good for you guys. Okay, Sagittarius Moon. This is your mini July reading based on your moon sign. We're going to do a moon oracle card, an animal wisdom card, and a planetary dice. Okay, the third moon mansion, which has Jupiter and Venus associated, the title of Palace, and it's the moon going through the end of Aries and the beginning of Taurus. Beautiful. And then monkey, inner child, don't take life too seriously. I love that. And let's see what this says. Jupiter. So you've got Jupiter in this card and Jupiter here, so things expanding. And that is, Jupiter is your planetary ruler, Sagittarius. So your mood is very aligned to who your emotional self is. It's wanting to expand. It's wanting to think big. And then I'm going to look at the third moon palace. I don't know the palaces too well. Okay. So it's generous indulgence and showing off. The expansive planet Jupiter encourages the pleasure-loving Venus, resulting in an enormous love of the good things of life and enjoyment of hedonistic pleasures. This lunar mansion moves into the beginning of the sensual earth sign of Taurus, at which point the planet Venus is pushed to extremes by the expansive Jupiter. So the one thing to watch is maybe overindulgence, but it sounds like this month, these are the two benefic planets, Jupiter and Venus, so together and going through some of the sign of Taurus, which is about, the senses and pleasure and beauty. And then you've got this monkey energy that's light and having fun. Like, this is just like, enjoy life. Really get in touch with your five senses. Smell things, touch things, walk slow so you can smell the roses. Just enjoy life, play, eat. But take note of when overindulgence is like putting your mood. You'll know if your mood is getting off or down or heavy, it's because there's been an overindulgence. So that could be, that key to know to like rein it in a little. But other than that, like really just have fun this month. Wow. There's been so many beautiful readings for these moon signs. Okay. All right, Capricorn, this is your mini July reading. Capricorn Moon, I mean. We're going to do a moon oracle card, an animal wisdom card, and a planetary dice roll. Crescent waxing earth moon with shoots and investments. That sounds like something a Capricorn moon would very much so like to be connected to. And then crane, surrender, let go of limiting beliefs, be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. Beautiful. And then Neptune, gorgeous. So And I like the Neptune in connection with what the crane is saying of like sort of believe in your dreams, dream big, and invest in yourself, you know. So this is a time of like new things having a chance to be cultivated and cared for and tended to. And it's saying to put, you know, big dreams into what you're doing, into what you're starting to take a little bit of actual action on in your life. Believe in a little bit of magic. You know, that earthiness you have sometimes likes to be way, way, way pragmatic and reasoned and realistic. But something here is saying surrender to those dreams, surrender to what your heart is actually trying to tell you and wanting. You know, get out of that practicality of yours and get a little bit whimsical this month, because something that's new that you're able to take action on this month could actually make some big dreams go somewhere, make some big dreams actually realistic. So yeah, tap into that. Don't limit yourself as you might normally tend to do. Lighten up, connect to your heart, believe in a little bit of fantasy, and some magic might come your way. Gorgeous Capricorn Moon. Okay, Aquarius Moon. This is your guys' July mini reading. We're going to do a Moon Oracle card, an Animal Wisdom card, and a planetary dice roll. So you've got the 14th moon mansion with Saturn and Venus, and this is the degrees of 17 degrees Virgo into the first degree of Libra, so mostly Virgo moon energy, which is a different, you know, Aquarius and Virgo are what's called quincunx. They don't have a lot in common. They're not necessarily like friend or foe. They're just sort of like cock their head at each other like, huh? So this is interesting. Let's see what the other things say, and we'll dive in there. Polar bear, nurture, allow any anxiety and worries to be gently released and offered up to be healed. Okay. And Saturn again, we've got two Saturns, which is your traditional ruler. You know, modern ruler is Uranus, and traditional ruler is Saturn. So there, you know, there's some details going on. There's some self-care potentially needed this month. I'm going to look up this moon mansion just to get a better grasp on it. It says desire for a position of prominence. Well, yeah, okay, that makes sense with the Saturn relationship. So the Saturn-Venus combination in this mansion produces both a keen ambition and a desire to attain a position of responsibility in life. Both Venus and Saturn are possessive planets, and together are usually concerned with material gain and achievement. Conjoined in the sign of Virgo in this mansion, they also indicate an element of perfectionism. This may indicate you have a desire to rise above your station in life. You crave recognition and respect in a traditional sense and wish to be viewed as a pillar of society. This card reminds you that to achieve such a position, you generally have to employ a significant amount of good planning and forethought. Beautiful. Okay, so Aquarius moons, you guys are reaching this month. So focus, dedication with that Virgo component, really taking care of the details, making solid plans. That Virgo energy can, you know, throw us into the sympathetic nervous system where we're in a bit of fight, flight, and some anxiety and worries. So Definitely like some self-care. That nurturing is going to be important to keep your nervous system calm, so your emotions, keeping your emotions calm so that they can focus and they can plan and they can sort of build solid foundational step-by-step plans for how to kind of lift yourself into a new sort of status in whatever area of life that resonates for you. So take care of yourself, focus, and take the reins and hoist yourself up. There's an opening, I believe, this month for you guys. So just take care of your nervous system. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Last moon sign, Pisces Moon. Here's your mini reading for July. We're going to do a moon mansion or a moon oracle card, animal wisdom card, and an astro dice roll of the planets. This one's coming out. Ooh, Kali. That's a very powerful goddess for you guys. Wow. Some really powerful energy for you guys. Golden Unicorn Ascension. Awaken to your soul's potential. Woof. Okay, and your dice, Venus. Gorgeous. So, what I'm feeling is going on here is you're waking up to any illusions you've had. You're killing some illusions in order to see the reality of life, in order to put certain things to bed and to focus on what can be. So any disillusionment is dying. You're going to be able to use your moods, to use your emotions, to see where there's been any disillusionment in your life. And by doing this, by killing that off, by seeing more clearly and releasing certain illusions that have had a hold on you, you actually awaken to your soul's potential, and it helps you to ascend. And there's something about self-worth here, about beauty and pleasure in life. There's maybe been something around you that's been preventing you from seeing how much beauty is in your life, how beautiful you are, how much pleasure the earth and life have to give to you. And something's clearing up about this, and you're really like dropping into your values and lifting yourself up with a certain clarity by kind of dispelling some disillusioned notions, especially in, because this is a moon reading around some emotional baggage, some emotional holds, some emotional turmoil. Something's calming for you to see clearly, move past, rise up, and claim your worth and the beauty of your life. Gorgeous. All right, that is the end of our mini moon readings for July. From here, just check on, in the description, you can check on or click on your timestamp for whichever pile you chose for July. All right, I'll see you in your pile. Welcome to your reading of July, pile 1. So the way this reading is going to go is I'm going to do a few cards that will give sort of a general tone, general overview of July. And then I'm going to do some tarot cards and an animal card for each of the cardinal directions, which is sort of your sense of self, what's motivating you, what's driving you, what's anchoring you into life as a second one. So it could be around home, family, work, wellness, any projects that you are involved in. Then we'll look at relationships, and then for the fourth direction, we'll look at career, finances, whatever responsibilities are kind of putting pressure on you in the month or solidifying. Okay, so to start the kind of general cards, the card you chose for July is the one I'm using to kind of show the environment, what kind of circumstances, events are going to be around you this month. What is the, kind of overall tone to the circumstance you'll be feeling in July. So with the hexagram 62, attention to detail, you've got thunder above, mountain below. So this card is about connecting to a sense of humility. There may be, you know, this is all relative, of course, but for whatever circumstance of life you're in, you may be feeling like you don't have the resources you want to do something, or the power to back something in your life, or just a sense of general power in your life. And this is a card that's saying that if you can get real and really be humble and just accept what you do have, sticking to small but focused and dedicated effort, working with what you do have instead of trying to attain big moves or make big moves or be flashy, just like finding some humility for where you're at and working with what you have, and finding a way to feel a beauty in that humility will actually take you very far this month. So really taking a good look at what you do have access to, where you're at, and just starting where you're at instead of trying to, I don't know, attract the attention or money or people that you may feel you need to make some bigger move in life. Just to attend to where you're at. And you'll be surprised by giving this attentiveness, focus, humility, and responsibility. You'll be really surprised at how big of a mark you can make with just working with what you have this month. Okay, we're going to get an animal card too to represent sort of your energy, your mentality, how you're feeling in general. So dragon, yeah, that does indicate to me, it feels like you're desiring to feel some importance or some power in life. And this is saying the key to that is all within you, and you have the resources you need. Stop looking outside of you. Stop trying to, this month specifically, you will find your fire, your core, your importance by recognizing what you already have and dedicating yourself to it and loving it and nurturing it and cultivating through what you already do have. You'll find that your sense of self and your power, your sense of empowerment is going to grow far beyond what you could imagine if you just sort of drop into where you are and what you have and lean into your own resourcefulness, your own, the resources you have currently right now at your fingertips. You have what you need to really find your power this month. Okay, one more card. Well, okay, guiding children, Damara. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skill to help children now. So July is sort of a month where we go through both the signs of Cancer and then the early part of Leo. And both of those do have a strong connection to, with Cancer, it's this mothering quality, this nurturing quality, and Leo has sort of a connection to the child and joyfulness and playfulness, sort of monkey energy. So there's something about, this could be getting in touch with your own inner child and doing some work around things that in you that need some rewiring, some healing around your relationship to pleasure and shame and guilt and self-worth. Or you could be someone who really wants to be a mentor or a teacher of some sort, and that's sort of what you're focusing on. Or you could literally be someone who is around children, whether you already are some sort of teacher or mother or father, whatever, and something about being with children and noticing, and even if you don't have children, just like noticing children around and how they do, it's like they don't have to ask permission to feel powerful. There is a sense of entitlement a lot of times with our inner child before it gets wounded, where we feel like we've got importance, and we feel like we're kings and queens of the world, and our whole life is before us, and we feel special. And just like watch children, or think about yourself as a child, younger children I'm talking about, before adolescence. There's just something where in essence hasn't, for of course there's not for there's circumstances where some children are not in great circumstances, but generally, at least in the US, we try to make sure that children have the schooling they need, and resources they need. And yeah, there's just like, it's just that time where you're generally gonna disclaimer there, generally these aren't things you have to worry about, and so you can just feel in yourself and feel what gives you pleasure in life, and not feel bad about asking for it and using what's at your disposal. Children are very resourceful. So dropping back into that of like, if you were a child and these are the resources you have, the ones that you do have, like what would the inner child in you do? It wouldn't go out and try to like fundraise. It would just use what it had, and it would be resourceful, and it would express its essence, so just like tap into something much more pure within you, do a little bit of healing work around your inner child, and focus on what you do have, and give it attention. And yeah, some big empowerment can come from this. So it's a really beautiful opportunity this month, I think, opening to you to realize that the power you have to empower yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, let's look at the different areas. Let's see. Kind of want to keep these cards out for reference, since they're kind of the overarching cards of the month for you. Okay. So we're first going to, with the tarot, actually I'm going to draw a card for each direction as we go of the animals to give sort of a theme for it, and then we're going to draw maybe 3 to 5 tarot cards. We'll see what wants to come out for each direction as well. So this first direction is about your sense of self. Where is your motivation? What kind of drive do you have? What's your energy level? That kind of thing. Chameleon, soul tribe. It is safe to be seen. Yeah, I feel like with what we're looking at with your general cards, there's something you really need to see about yourself that's so amazing, so adaptable, and can really energize you if you recognize your adaptability, your ability to, and this to me is saying like you do have the ability to step into many different roles, many different situations, and know what to do through instinct, kind of. Soul tribe, we've got 3 of Cups here. To me, is always talking about soul tribe, often talking about soul tribe. Chariot, these are both Cancerian cards. Interesting, which, we start, most of July will be in the season of Cancer. and 7 of Wands. Okay, so beautiful. Yeah, your sense of drive, there is something here where you feeling alive, you feeling driven, you feeling motivated may have something to do with putting yourself around the right people, around people who connect to you on a soul level. Who are the people that support you? Who are the people that love you no matter who you do or what you are? You need to surround yourself with these people this month, and that will really give you a certain sense of support you're needing right now to feel the strength you need to be seen, to put yourself out there. So your energy to me is feeling like your drive, your general energy level is feeling like maybe a little bit vulnerable. Yeah, so just seek out those people that support you no matter what. Let that ground you, nourish you, nurture you, and that will give you the support you feel you need to kind of put yourself out there, go for what you want, and see for yourself just how strong you are, because you have the strength you need, you have the drive and determination you need. You just need to and you have the adaptability you need, but in order to drive that energy in you forward, you need to surround yourself with the people that care most about you and that you care the most about. It will really, really, do something for your motivation to kind of push forward in life. So just surround yourself with people that make you feel good about yourself, and vice versa, that you can make them feel good about themselves. That symbiotic both way kind of support is really going to do wonders to kind of charge something in you to motivate you and push forward. Okay, let's look at the depths of your life. So this could be home and family, it could be work, wellness, whatever connects for you around what comes out. Peacock, self-love, time to celebrate you and all your magnificent light. And that's what I'm feeling so much from what I'm seeing here. Like I just have this feeling like you're not seeing how impressive and amazing you are for some reason. And you need to witness yourself and stop looking for sort of outside approval, outside support, outside acknowledgement. Like, you're spectacular, like you're amazing, and you have all the resources at your disposal to shine, to do what you need to do right now in your life. And down in the depths of your life, what's maturing, there's something about you that's maturing with really starting to understand self-love. So July is definitely, that feels big to me. July is your month of self-love. Like, really practice talking to yourself beautifully, admiring things about yourself. Just make it a daily practice to shake your tail feathers in a way that is nurturing to you, self-nurturing. And family, your soul community, your soul tribe, I really think you do have more people around you than you realize that think you're amazing, that are there to support you, and lean into that as well. These are people that are already there. Okay. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so whatever this resonates for you in terms of whether this is about home and family, work, wellness, projects, you have a light about you that is really attracting opportunity. It's attracting a dreaminess, an intensity and power. And you need to start with all these opportunities that I think are coming in this realm. You need to sort of close your eyes and feel into the right opportunities, because there are going to be opportunities, and oftentimes the ones that look the most appealing or sound the most appealing, when you actually use those opportunities as your access point, they're not always what they've promoted themselves as. Whereas like a dimmer door, a dimmer access point, a dimmer opportunity actually holds so many jewels and riches. And so you need to just sort of like get into that gut instinct. So whether this is around something with your home, something about wellness, something about work or projects, there's opportunities coming in, and you need to connect on an intuitive level, because not is all as it seems. And you need to really feel it on a soul level within you, the opportunities that are right. Because it can be easy to choose certain opportunities that aren't going to pan out the way they appear as they might. So yeah, and it's going back to that, your sense of self, your own resourcefulness, your own inner child. What does it want? Really connect to that instead of sort of what other people, stop listening to other people's advice around if there's opportunities coming up here. Like, listen inward to you, because there's something coming in that is a threshold that is so designed for you. So one of these 7 stars is an opportunity that is completely designed for you, but it may not be the brightest one, the most on the outward appearance, the most exciting one. There's one that's holding some secret treasures behind it that are a little bit masked, but yeah, or just not as flashy in appearance. But once you open into that opportunity, it has all of the grand, amazing heart, soul, everything you could wish for in it. So yeah, really connect to it. And a clue about knowing which opportunity this is and how to tap into your intuition is just knowing what orbits around these opportunities. What kind of harmonious energy is around each opportunity or not? And how do you feel in resonance? How emotionally do you feel about certain things orbiting these opportunities? That's going to be a huge clue for you about this. So tap into know that you're magnificent. You have a certain light quality that is non-replicable. So know that you deserve whatever you want. And just, tap into the beauty you are, and know that whichever opportunity you choose, as long as it feels just right to you in your particular light, in what's orbiting it, in the kind of resonance that's there, it's something beautiful is waiting for you here down in the depths of your life. So again, home and family, wellness, work, creative projects, things that we're maturing. That's what it is. So really, really beautiful. I'm very excited for that part of your life in July for you guys. Okay, we are going to look at relationships now. We've already seen that kind of soul tribe, soul people are important for you this month, but maybe there's a specific relationship that will come up here. So leaf cutter ant, army of life, ask for help, seek support, you are not alone. Soul tribe coming in, you need to lean on them so big this month. You have the support you need. So just really look to the people that make you feel good. Know that they're there to support you if you need help with things. Call your army in. They are ready and willing to march for you. So great. Okay, 7 of Swords. Okay. Okay. Ace of Wands. King of Wands. Wow, some really creative energy here, and then also at the same time something against the grain, something offbeat. So either there's a relationship where this person is a little bit like they do their own, they march to the beat of their own drummer, or you feel that way inside of a relationship. There's something unique unfolding in a specific relationship, I feel like, where you're either claiming your own sense of yourself outside of certain expectations, or this other person is, or as a partnership, or in the way this relationship kind of combines and manifests as sort of a little bit radical and different and interesting. There's something offbeat, but I think really kind of fun, because next to it we have these two really beautiful wand cards, which is about creativity and passion. We've got the power of that with, yes, some beautiful impulse coming out and some leadership quality coming in here. Yeah, there's trying to, like, aspects of this feel like there's a specific person, and aspects of this feel like it's generally relationships, the way you're relating. You know, because with the leaf cutter ant, I'm feeling many relationships around you this month. But something about this card makes me feel like there's a more intimate one that's being really carefully watched. Yeah, so something that does come out for me, that I think it's not for everybody, but for a few of this it might be an important message, that if you're feeling smothered, it might be time to kind of claim your, like, some independence. On the other hand, I think for the majority of you, I think there's something you're really tending to, that you really care about, that's consuming a lot of energy for you and focus for you, and I think you need help with it. And there are relationships around you that are very passionate, very creative, very helpful in that creative realm, that you can call in, that have great advice for you, that have great ideas for you. But there's a lot of power at your disposal from others. And if you need help, like maybe you're super focused on something specific, so you need help with other areas of your life, like call in the troops. If you need help with ideas, or you need sound advice, everything is at your disposal. You need to really tend to something that's a huge focus for you in relationships. But yeah, it's in general, it's like call in your army. I think you need them this month. I think you're very focused on something specific, and you need some energy to help with that, but also some energy to kind of help with other areas of life that are maybe not going to have enough of your time and energy to be dealt with. So I don't know, that's an interesting relationship read, because it feels more about that there's something else going on, and relationships are here to help you. So yeah, that's an interesting thing coming up in relationships, meaning there's something else in your chart or in the month that's bigger. Well, I shouldn't say bigger, but that, you know, dynamics in relationship are less important than the aid they can bring to you this month. Okay. All right, let's look at career and responsibilities, which I'm sort of feeling like might be what these relationships are needing to be supportive for, but we'll see what comes out. Yeah, butterfly, emerging, take the leap of faith. Yeah, I really do. I feel like something is happening in terms of your outer life, your position in the world, whether it's career or school or some other responsibility in the outer world, advocacy, something, you know, something in your place in the world is emerging, and I think it's going to take a lot of focus, and there's a lot of people here to support you. Okay. Wow, King of Pentacles, gorgeous. This card flew out. Knight of Pentacles. Wow. You have some strong resources coming in, which is interesting because looking at the overview of your month, it was sort of like rely on yourself, build with what resources you do have, and yet something huge is emerging. So I think by like really, well, let's get your last card here. I'm feeling this Devil. Okay. I feel like exactly you have what it takes to do and be what you want, and you need to believe in yourself and not look for some sort of bolstering power outside of yourself. And I do feel like the big central thing here is that your place in the world, and something by doing that, by empowering yourself, by dropping into a place of humility, of just being like, you know, like maybe I don't have exactly the power in the world I want, the resources in the world I want, but I have so much within me, and I do have access to resources I need to do something with that thing within me. And it's like, just by dropping into that energy and not trying to seek without of, you know, something outside of you to bolster you, all of a sudden opportunities open their doors to you and something emerges, and you're going to have to take a leap of faith. There's something big opening to you that has a lot of sound material possibility in such a big way. Even with the Devil here, I don't necessarily see the Devil as negative in this reading. I think there's the one thing I would connect the Devil to is down in the depths of your life, where we were talking about home and projects and wellness and work, in the sense of like your processes and your day-to-day. There was that card that was sort of like there's a lot of opportunities, but not everything is what it seems to be. And so the Devil here, there might be a relationship to these two areas in that regard of like, don't be tempted by appearances and flashy things. Like, really stick to what gives your stomach butterflies, what makes you feel secure and solid, and take the leap towards that, even if it's not the thing that feels flashy or that's appearing more prominent. Like, trust that you have what it takes within you to make any of these opportunities that come your way prominent, just by essence of what your light is. And so don't choose the one that's trying to seduce you. Choose the one that's giving you butterflies and feels solid. You know within yourself what these are. You know what you're capable of. And really be realistic. Like, what are your capabilities? What do you feel like you can take a leadership role in, that you can expand into, that's going to give you a grounding in a big way for your life going forward, and in a long term, like playing the long game here. Yeah, beautiful. It's not, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Something really big is coming, an opportunity in the outer world, but it's going to affect, your day to day. And that's why sort of this outer world and that down in the depths of your life feels so connected to me, is like some new thing is coming, is emerging, that you're going to have to take a leap of faith in, and it's really going to affect your day to day, what your processes are, the the kind of work you do in terms of what is your daily process, your daily rhythm, hence your wellness, hence your stability in life. You're making an outer world decision that's really going to affect that this month. And you know within you, you have that dragon's eye. You need to see yourself for what you are, and you need to see beneath any glitter and glamour of a circumstance, of opportunities, and witness within you what gives you butterflies. Notice the things that orbit the different opportunities and how you relate to that, how that makes you feel. Yeah, beautiful, exciting, really exciting, you guys. It's so interesting how sometimes you choose this very humble pile and card, and it turns into this like, yeah, if you can be humble and accept, your place and where you are right now, all of a sudden it's like the world just opens up to you. Wow. So powerful. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys, pile one. I will see you in another reading. And of course, if this resonated for you, I love hearing little things in the comments. The easiest way to support me is a thumbs up. That really helps my new channel algorithm. And of course, a follow is always great. All right, see you guys in another reading. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your July reading. So you guys picked the pile with the card Innocence, Sky Above, Thunder Below. So the order of this reading is I'm going to do a few cards that will kind of give the broad strokes overview of July, some big picture stuff. And then we will do an animal card and some tarot cards for each of what I call the cardinal directions. So the first one being kind of your sense of self, which is sort of like your drive and energy and motivation. And then we'll look at the foundations of your life. So home and family, projects, anything that you're maturing. So your rituals and rhythms and processes in life, which can relate to work and wellness. And then we'll look at relationships as the third, and outer world things going on for the fourth. So that could be, career or schooling or anything sort of where you have responsibility in the outer world. All right. So to start with, the card you chose for this reading is symbolizing what kind of outer world circumstances are going to be surrounding you in July. So what events, circumstances, environment, atmosphere there will be. And you guys chose Innocence. And this card talks a lot about coming at life from a very heart-centered place and really staying in a sense of purity. So it's different than naivety, where you don't really know right from wrong or something. This is more about like really knowing what's fair and just, because your heart has a lot to communicate from you. So this is an indication to try and stay away from a lot of heady stuff, a lot of cleverness, and really try to keep things simple and pure and heart-centered this month. So because there's like this storm brewing, there could be a call to action where you're really needed to come to your heart, a little bit of chaos, or it could be a month where there is a lot more simplicity and an ability to kind of lead from your heart. So I feel like there's kind of a split camp in this reading. Some people are going to need to rely on their heart because of some storminess, and some people will have an opportunity with more calmness to have a more simple connection to life and a heart-centered connection to life. So whatever resonates for you about that is probably which camp you're in. All right, we are going to pick an animal card to indicate sort of your energy, your mentality, where you're coming from, which actually might help us determine, make this a little less of a split camp type thing. Sea serpent, no, that still feels accurate to me. So it is an emotional month, and some of you are really in calm waters, allowing you to connect to heart and emotions and swim in your depth with calmness. And some of you, either way, there is sort of an emotional quality to the month, and I do think some are going to have a bit of a stormy month, and you're going to need to work at kind of calming your waters in order to come from a soothing emotional place and being moved by your heart and emotions in a positive way rather than a turbulent way. And it, with a lot of this month being ruled by Cancer and the Moon, it might be sort of an ebb and flow. That's actually probably what's going to go on, because I hate to split camps in one reading, because I think this is going to be an ebb and flow month. So really staying connected to your heart, staying connected to practices to calm and still your emotions in order to see into them clearly and deeply, in order to move them in a really beautiful, sensual way. And at points in the month, this will feel easy and pleasant and calm, and at other points at the month, things will probably be a bit charged for you guys, stormy, and you're going to have to put more effort into understanding this. But that being said, with that experience of highs and lows there, I think you're going to come out of July with a huge new quality of understanding of your emotions and how to drive them and keep them in a place of purity and really connect to your heart, to help you calm emotions and move them in a more smooth, synchronous way. Okay, we're also going to pick a goddess card to show what goddess wants to sort of come in and lend some of her powers to you this month, some guidance, which may say a little bit more about the general tone of the month as well. Dana, High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. So you may even be helping others in an emotional, in their emotional terrain to better understand how to navigate and drive their emotions in a way to manifest purely and with the heart. And yeah, you may have just like a lot of wise understanding about all of this. So that's really beautiful. But either way, you are coming out with a whole new understanding for yourself. But I think this is also something you do already have a lot of knowledge in and can share, and we'll find a lot of people looking to you. Or if that doesn't resonate to you, there may be someone coming into your life this month that has some amazing modeling for how to use emotions and connect to emotions and use them for manifestation and driving your life in a positive way. So really, yeah, it feels, I don't know, I like this reading so far. It feels very nice. Well, I mean, there ebbs and flows, but what you're going to get out of the month in the end, I feel, yeah, it's just like really beautiful. Okay, let's look at your sense of self. Where is your energy? What's driving you? What's motivating you? Owl sight. I love this. Look at that crescent moon. I don't know if you can see it in the owl. It's a little bit smaller. There's like a little crescent moon up here. And then Dana has a crescent moon on her forehead, and they're opposite crescent moons. Dana's is waning and the owls is waxing. So you're really, to me, this is showing you're moving. Your sense of drive is, gaining, closing out a new depth of understanding of something and kind of starting to plant seeds in a new light, a new way, some dreams coming in, some insight, some clarity, some wisdom. So you have a very, generally, your energy, your drive, your motivation is coming from a very wise, beautiful place. So I love this for all this emotional energy that's been coming through is, I think that you're learning so much about how to be in emotions and use them purely and with wisdom and sight. So this says, I didn't even read what it said under owl. Detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control. I think you're learning a lot of lessons, and you're feeling a lot of drive and motivation to to get that lesson, to understand how to detach from things you can't control in order to calm those emotional storms within. Beautiful. Let's see what tarot cards come up. Death. Lessons being learned. You're transforming with this. You're really, you have a lot of motivation to really get something about your emotional quality and to use that as guidance for others. 10 of Pentacles. So beautiful. Okay, let's get one more and then I'll comment a little more. I feel like this card wants to come out. 5 of Swords. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. There is some busyness going on that is, it's positive, but I think it's that ebb and flow I was talking about earlier. I do think that just like a lot of movement, a lot of details, a lot of out in your community, people coming and going. There's just things being stirred up for good and bad, but it is giving you some charge. There's something about so many interactions and so many things kind of going on in your life that's giving you a charge to really be able to detach, to not be so affected, to know how to calm your emotions. You're really going through deep transformation about how to hold space and not let so many things affect you, especially when there's a lot going on. And this 5 of Swords for sure, like I feel like this may be the thing where there's whether it's like a group dynamic, a movement you're a part of, there's something that you're a part of that's like a groundswell of people, whether it's close or more broadly speaking, that's creating a charge where there's like opposing sides here that kind of want to hurt each other. And I think you're learning some lessons about how to see an opposing side more humanely, more beautifully, how to connect more beautifully, because something really is getting your goat about it, is really charging you up, and you're going through some deep transformations of learning some wisdom about black and white thinking, about how you get charged up by group dynamics, group fighting, in-group fighting, out-group fighting. I don't know what it is, but it's sort of like, it feels like there's a big community stuff going on, and there's kind of some polar things happening. And you're going through some transformations of learning how to detach and hold the thing that's charging you up that you care so much about without hurting others so much, with still being able to see another side that you find hurtful, that you feel have like some negative charge around, how to detach from that, how to detach from this black and white thinking, and find more humanness within certain agendas, motives. You know, like I kind of want to use like something in the world right now that's heating people up. So maybe like the abortion thing where Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Like maybe you feel a certain way and you're really angry at the other side, but you're realizing that you specifically, to make a difference or to be able to hold this in a way that feels good to you, you're learning a lot of transformation and wise lessons about how to step back and hold those emotions in a mature way, and to not demonize certain things and people, and hurt others in the name of a cause type of thing going on. Just finding, you know, and this is personal energy. So something about how, whatever this is to you, and it doesn't have to, obviously that's just one example, but whatever this applies to you that's really charging you up, like I think you're feeling a desire to be able to be more detached and see things more compassionately and wisely in order to find the more beautiful ways forward, to find productive ways forward, to hold the complexity of big community dynamics. Yeah, there's something about big community dynamics and group siding and needing to find an ability to detach your emotions and find some wisdom and elegant strategy and calmness in how to go forward, to be, you know, and that's real leadership energy. So there's something charging in you to be able to kind of be able to step into a powerful, wise, high priestess type role, and something you really care about that's charging you up. And you're learning a lot of lessons about how to do this with wisdom and compassionate strategy, and being able to detach a little in order to do this in a way that's elegant. Yeah, so huge transformations in your personal energy coming through this month. Okay, let's look at the depths of your life, the foundation. So home, family, kind of day-to-day rituals, and, you know, can relate to work in sense of like your processes and your wellness also in that sense. So Cat, speak your truth, have strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. This wisdom coming through so strongly. So let's see a little bit more about what this might be about. This is also, this direction also relates a lot to what's maturing in you. So your voice, you may be really connecting to a wise voice that's very pure and very calm, and able to move your emotions through your heart to kind of purify them and find the heart of matters type of thing. And maturity coming through in an ability to kind of, speak your truth in a really priestessy type of way. Okay. Page of Wands, Three of Wands. Look at this creative energy. And King of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, your voice is really finding sort of a calling right now, and you need to be open to some messages incoming, as well as how you want to distill information and messages and put them back out through speaking your truth, put information back out into the world in a really vital, vibrant, creative way, but that's grounded and wise. That King of Pentacles coming through is sort of being able to look at the big picture with practicality, with foresight, forethought, really concrete, grounded approach to things. So something really is maturing, I think, in your voice here is what I'm feeling for most of you. In general, talking about home and rhythms in your life, I'm feeling a lot of newness, a lot of creativity, but a strong concreteness in how stable you feel. So it's really beautiful. Not much to add here. I think this is just quite clear to me. Like you're really finding, your voice is maturing and your day to day is feeling very both fresh but also concrete and stable in certain ways. And you're, look at this cat with this beautiful necklace, this kind of turquoise coming right off of its throat, and the sun right behind it. Like you have some truth that's very important, or a way of speaking that is clear and resonates and reaches so many. Like you really do need to use your voice. There's something beautiful maturing in it that can really put you in sort of a spotlight if you desire to to be in the spotlight for your voice. If not, this might just be, within your own family, your own home, within the workplace. It doesn't have to be so big, but something is coming to fruition in your voice, and just own it. It's beautiful. Okay, let's look at relationships. Wow, your reading's going quite fast. Everything feels very, kind of clear to me. Maybe it's that voice thing. There's a clarity around you that can weather storms, that can calm storms, that can detach from emotion to calm things and stand in this beautiful, wise spiritual power. Even look at Dana. There's I don't know if it's like an earth or a world, like right at her throat center. Again, there's this power in your voice. Really cool. Okay, relationships. Antelope, new pathways. Consider whether you are happy on your current path. Okay, let's get some tarot before I dive into that. I need a little bit of context here. Okay, sort of what I was feeling, but let's get the others. Oh my goodness, cards are just flying out here. 7 of Pentacles and Temperance. Okay. So, for some of you, I don't think this applies to everybody in this pile too, but for some of you, there may be a relationship in your life that has reached its breaking point of burdensomeness. And it might be time to consider whether or not if you want to continue holding the burden you're holding in a certain relationship. For everybody, there are new opportunities coming up, new pathways coming up that these are very new, and you may feel impatient with them. You may feel like they aren't coming, certain relationships aren't coming into fruition in the way you want them to, but you need to have patience and trust, because these are still sort of in seed form and they're needing nurturance and care and cultivation and right conditions. Like, you need to really pay attention and especially with your senses, like what do certain relationships feel like? What do you see about them? If you were to describe them in texture and scent and color, what are you seeing? Hence, how do you need to cultivate these? And I think these are multiple relationships that I'm talking about in this. Yeah, some new ones coming in that aren't fruitful as quickly as you want, but they are very valuable, and it's an investment. You're needing to give some care, give some focus, give some attention, some cultivation, and with time, these relationships will blossom into beautiful things. You just need to determine which ones are really worth the effort of investment right now. And that's something you could also look at in terms of this one relationship that might be burdensome. Is it worth the investment at this point? So that is something to consider. But I think overall, this beautiful energy I am feeling around you, this high priestessness, this ability to connect to your heart, even in the highs of storms or the lows of calms, that polar energy that I've been talking about, where there's this high and low, that temperance that comes from going from extreme to extreme, has instilled you with. I think this is something that, because you're showing up as like a high priestess here, or the high priestess coming in to support you, is something you have experience. You have a lot of experience with this, and so you're tempered in knowing how to work with relationships. You know how to take extremes and kind of moderate them and find a point of resilience and harmony and flow. And so trust yourself with that energy. Trust that you know what it takes to take very extreme energies and kind of center them and bring a resilience in that is just, there's so much maturity. That's all I'm feeling for you guys. There's so much maturity here. And I think the biggest question that's arisen so far is with this relationship stuff is like really asking questions about investments in different relationships and what you're willing to continue to invest or not in certain ones, especially because there's new ones coming in, it feels like. Okay, let's move to the last direction, which is outer world responsibilities. So maybe career, maybe school, maybe something else. Okay, so Penguin, diamond light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. Wow, so something new energy, new activations in your worldly position, worldly responsibilities. Let's get a little more information. I'm curious. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, like that. 8 of Wands. Wow. Ace of Cups. This is gorgeous, you guys. Okay, so teamwork is really coming in, and in a very effective, bring your light into your responsibilities in the world. And I think it's really going to, activate something, some opportunity for you, or something that's already going, kind of giving it a new light, a new magnetism. And this has to do with like really organizing how people are working together and really knowing roles and knowing who's reporting to who and who's doing what specific things, and really getting a well-oiled machine in terms of that kind of like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be hierarchical. This card tends to like to put people in hierarchies, but specifically knowing different roles different team members play, and taking accountability for your role, and really knowing what kind of communication between roles is needing to happen. Yeah, there's something that's really activating in this, whether it's a new opportunity or something that's already going, that's just getting a new charge within it. But a lot of stuff is landing, new projects, new or if things are already in motion, it's like the momentum you've needed is coming in dynamic in multiple ways. So a lot of action, a lot of charge coming in here, and definitely sort of feeling good about all of this, feeling your cup as full, feeling right in your place, right in what you can give and what's being given to you. And yeah, wow, you guys are like, kind of feel like you've got your shit together this month. For those of you who do not feel this way, I think you're learning lessons. You're kind of going through the fires of a lot going on to learn how to hold more with grace, to learn how to step into a bigger role, to learn how to hold your energy and detach and not be so affected. So you're either stepping into this like really already centered and knowing how to do this, or you're learning a lot about holding your ground, holding some elegance and command in your power and place in the world. So beautiful. That's I really like this reading for July for this pile for you guys. So yeah, would love to hear in the comments if anything about this resonates. Definitely subscribe if you are not subscribed yet for more readings. And of course, the easiest way to support me is just a thumbs up. All right, I'll see you guys in a next reading. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your July reading. So you guys picked the third pile, 29 dangerous depths, water above, water below. So the way this reading is going to go is I'm going to do a few cards that will give sort of an overview of July, the energies in a broad stroke way that will be sort of infused in your July. And then I'm going to use animal cards and tarot cards to look more specifically at the different cardinal directions of life, which the way I break that down is your sense of self. So what's motivating you, what's driving you, where's your energy? The second one is sort of the depths and foundations of your life, so home and family, your processes and rhythms, which have a lot to do with like work and wellness and balance and sort of our strength in maturity. And then third direction is all about relationships, and fourth direction all about our outer world position, whether that's career or school or other things, PTA, whatever it might be for you. Okay, so to start the reading, the card you picked is representing the outer world environment for you for July. So what circumstances, events, what's the atmosphere around you for July? And with dangerous depths, water above, water below, there's so much turbulent water going along in July, which doesn't surprise me, being mostly ruled by Cancer season and the moon, which is a very quick moving planet, and it makes us change our moods every few hours, and changes signs every 2.5 days, and it's just it has phases, and there's so much ebb and flow with the moon. And so it doesn't surprise me that this is a card and pile that came to be for July. So water above, water below, this card talks a lot about going through rapids, but how being present and centered and focused within kind of some chaos in a moment, it's not like this card is saying this isn't a time to go looking for danger, but to be present and aware and courageous when that does come. And danger in this reading, because it's, just a monthly reading, so a little bit more mundane, doesn't have to be cataclysmic danger or chaos. This is just, more than the usual that you would experience. But there's opportunity when we get charged into a little bit more of a tumultuous circumstance in our life. It allows us to really sharpen and strengthen our eye. It clears out some cobwebs and brings some new clarity into our life. And just like this card says, like, you go through the rapids, and after rapids is this calm, collected, easy feel, because we clear so much out in moments of chaos and moments of needing to step up to the plate with this is dramatic, but like some heroic moment in our life, or, step up to the plate for, you know what I'm saying. And it doesn't have to be as dramatic as that, but there may be a little bit of turbulence coming this month, but by going through it, you're really sharpening something in your life, your awareness, your consciousness, what's important, and coming out of the month with such clarity and ease about something. So it really is a beautiful opportunity to just be present to whatever kind of tumultuousness comes, and emotions, kind of chaotic emotions even, and just trying to be present with them. Okay, let's look at an animal card representing sort of where your energy is, your mentality. Let's see how that matches your environment or not. Unicorn, yeah, you're really sharpening your eye, your intuition, your sense of just inner knowingness. So you've got everything you need in your cards this month to deal with more tumultuousness, and it's really sharpening your intuition, your instinct, your knowingness, and confidence in yourself to kind of step up to the plate and trust yourself and trust your inner knowings. So that's really, really beautiful. Unicorn moment honestly coming through for you this month. You're seeing what you're made of, and so leaving July with this new, just deep respect for what you're capable of, and new kind of calm confidence that you'll leave July with, even if that does mean going through some things. Okay, let's look at a goddess for your July. Oh, one just jumped right out. And so this might indicate, bring a little more context to what July is holding for you based on what goddess wants to come in to be a bit of a guide and lend her energy to you. So Freya, bold, totally doesn't surprise me. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So even though I was saying don't go looking for danger, at the same time, take some risks. What is your heart wanting to leap into? Where, Freya has almost a Venusian quality about her, but in a little bit more of a fierce way. And so it's like, what is your what kind of excitement is in you that you're really kind of wanting to push yourself into? The rapids, that we talked about. What kind of whitewater rafting experience are you looking for? And where can you sort of push yourself? It may bring a little bit of danger. Don't go looking for the danger, but what kind of boldness are you wanting to pull out of you? And maybe you don't go looking for that at all, but you have to step into, Freya energy and be bold and be daring because of a circumstance you've ended up in. So really, I don't know, a very exciting month, and I think you're going to come out of it with just a new deep confidence in your inner knowing. Okay, let's start with the different cardinal directions. So let's look at your sense of self, where your energy is, Where's your drive and motivation right now? Fox, shadow work. There are no shadows without light. Okay, this is interesting. I want to get some tarot cards before I dive into that, get a little more context. So 4 of Swords. I'm not going to do reversals in this particular reading. Sometimes I like them. 6 of Swords. Okay. Interesting. And Ace of Pentacles. Right. Okay. My inclination here is that you have, just due to what we've already read with the general overview, my feeling is you have been in shadow work and really understanding certain things about yourself that maybe to you aren't so flattering, but you're seeing something for what it's been, and you've taken some time out to really meditate, download this, witness it, sit with it, digest it, and kind of lift yourself out of that shadow work. Kind of, once we see things, that's the hardest work, is to see and acknowledge and admit to ourselves certain shadows we see about our own energy. And I think you're coming out of this. I think you've taken the time coming into July to be there. And by doing this work, this is driving you into those new rapids. You're moving on to different shores because you're moving past a certain sense of energy within yourself that you've now seen clearly. And so that moving to different shores, this new hope, this moving to calmer waters, you're actually like being plunged into this movement, this new energy, finding this new sense of yourself. And that can be, even though you're moving away from something that hasn't created patterns that you've appreciated in your life. So even though you're moving away from something that's created negative patterns and towards something better, that transition period is the rapids. So you're going straight from, early July straight into these rapids, but that rapids is a sign of a transition to something better. And that Ace of Pentacles is the destination where you will end up at the end of July. I don't usually read these in a progression, but that's just how it's very much so feeling. I don't know if it's because of the rapid metaphor, but yeah, you've seen a shadow, you've taken the time to work with that, to download it, to understand it. You're in transition now through July of moving past that to something better and brighter, some more healthy aspect of yourself that has healthier patterns. And it's a boldness, a daring to do this, and it does bring some rapids. But you leave July with this new, just calm. I mean, she is that unicorn, this calm knowing, inner knowing, and you're landing somewhere much more by the end of July, so much more grounded, so much more powerful in your sense of value and your sense of pleasure and connectedness to life, to the earth, to what's stable and healthy and settled and calm for you. This is that calmness. This is that calmness after the rapids. You're finding you're just a much more stable, vital, beautiful sense of self. It's gorgeous. I love this for you guys. Okay, let's look at the foundations of your life: home, family, projects, work, wellness, all sorts of beautiful things. We'll see what wants to pop out. Koi carp, abundance. Move with the flow of abundance around and through you. Gorgeous. This feels like Freya has her hands all over it. She likes the good things in life, for sure. Okay. Got 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Feeling confidence. Justice. This is something you really deserve. You're due some abundance down in the foundations of your life. Page of Swords, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, things coming into maturity in your life, whether that's feeling more balanced and confidence in your home life and your daily rhythms, your processes, your place at work, your health, whatever it is, there is a certain maturity coming in that is making your foundations feel abundant. You're feeling a confidence, a sense of victory coming through. Nectars, seeing this hummingbird in this card, feeding off of nectars, and yeah, just this beautiful ecology going on, the woman holding it, the bird holding her, this plant supporting other kind of life on it, all sorts of, beautiful life. Yeah, there's just like victory all around the foundations of your life. There's a confidence, a certain ecology of things unfolding that are, just in sync, in a summer phase of just fruitfulness going on. And this has been a long time coming. This is maybe something you've worked on. You've been through the rapids already, I think, and you're coming into this aspect of your life in July. Maybe the front end of July, you're still kind of getting to this abundance and this justice, but pretty quickly in July, I feel like something about the foundations of your life are going to stabilize, feel fruitful, feel abundant, feel victorious, and it's giving you a lot of new ideas, a lot of new security to dream the dreams you want to dream and take some steps towards them. Take some steps towards ideas, mental pursuits, some foundations under you to feel secure in taking a bit of a leap with different ideas, different new, fresh pulses coming through your mind. So that could be the take the risk, be daring. Maybe there's ideas or mental pursuits that feel risky or daring, and you're suddenly finding the foundations you need to allow that to happen in a way that feels possible to you, even if it is a bit of a leap. There's all of a sudden the foundation and the possibility here for this to happen. So gorgeous. Wow, this reading so far is really beautiful. It's always funny, the first card, the way we pick can, dangerous steps. A lot of people may have been scared off from this pile, but you never know what's going to come. So, all right, let's look at relationships in July. Snake, Kundalini rising. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. So this may be a little bit more of a rapidy place. Some perils of rapids and relationships, but exciting nonetheless. I feel like that will feel bold and seductive and exciting, the way going down rapids might feel if you intended to go down rapids. Okay. King of Cups, beautiful. The Emperor. Whoa. Very powerful energy here. And, okay, Ten of Swords. There is some anxiety in relationships, but there is magnetism. There is focus, confidence, power, and that maybe that's something that's coming up. Maybe there's some power struggles within a particular relationship or a couple of relationships, because these are individuals coming out. I feel like it's either one individual or two individuals that you're there might, yeah, what I'm feeling is potentially some power struggles going on here. And some anxiety about it, but I feel like you are unleashing that daring, that boldness to face these things, to confront them, to charge into this terrain and embrace any chaos that needs to come with confronting any sort of power dynamics that are not working for you, that are really giving you a lot of anxiety and over excitement of your mind. It's like too much, like you've just hit a wall. Your mind is like something like this, whatever pattern is here or harmony is here is just like I've hit a wall with it, and this has to be confronted. And yeah, there's a transformation that happens, and whatever that means to you, and I think there's a lot of different scenarios that could play out, from healing a relationship, changing a dynamic, to walking away, but whatever it is, you have a full awakening inside of yourself by confronting any power dynamics in relationships that are where you've hit a wall. Your mind has been up against it, and it's done. So yeah, I feel like this could go many different ways, and I think that's probably because there's a lot of different people in this group and different outcomes that are going to happen. But the one, consistent outcome is you are having an awakening by really confronting certain relationships. And whatever comes out of that, after you kind of go through the rapids and find that calm and kind of settle certain mind poking discomforts, is you find a new sense of order, and you find a new magnetism and command of your emotions. Again, like there's a lot of turbulence to start with here, but I think you find a way to find command of your emotions, to bring a new, fresh order to something in your relational realm, and you have a beautiful awakening. Look at this beautiful soft sun behind this woman. Like it's something's being clarified of like who's holding these pins and why, and this sun is helping her to see that in order to confront it and dissolve that kind of energy of overstimulated, over anxious mind. And I think it's also moving into body. The snake to me is always a thing of like moving into body, grounding something, anchoring something in, and using your inner knowing, your instinctiveness, your boldness, a sensuality to confront whatever this is, and be willing to create some rapids in order to find that calm after. And so whatever happens, you land in more calm waters and find a different awakening within yourself. So wow, this is a powerful reading. Okay, last direction. Let's look at outer world position. So career, school, whatever it is where you hold some outer world energy, responsibilities. So whale, got tenderness, Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. And I love this well energy coming in with this water, and rapids and boldness, because the well is something I find to be such a calming energy. It will go so far down deep where there is no that surface level ocean that's, wavy and unpredictable. When you go down, it's just like calm down in the depths, There's such a depth and wisdom and tenderness. Exactly. The cards are just falling out here. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Look at all this, kind of spotlight type energy. King of Swords. You have a king, queen, and a knight here. Huge. So powerful. So, what I'm feeling here is that you are moving. This is what I want to actually reorder these. So you're moving from this very feisty, fiery energy, I feel like early in July, into finding that depth, finding that calm, that, going through the rapids here, to finding a certain calmness, to finding just absolute command over your mind and ability to feel stable, authoritative, and fully in command of your professional world or your responsibilities in the world. And this rapid, tumultuous energy with these fires, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It could feel very exciting, and it actually does. That's what's coming across to me, is there's a lot of excitement, a lot of creativity, a lot of passion going on in your outer world responsibilities, holding a bit of a spotlight, holding some daring, taking some risks, Freya really coming out here. But maybe by mid-month or by the end of the month, sort of recognizing that you're ready to move out of being sort of the, I don't know why clown is popping up into my mind. I think that's a little bit extreme for what I'm looking for, but I'll just go with it. Kind of being like the mover shaker or the clown or the, I don't know, the person holding the excitement in some sort of position in your life, into recognizing that you actually have the experience, the knowing, the command, the boldness within you to drop down into the depth of your wisdom and pull yourself into a much more commanding role where there's other people who are gonna be the ones that have to run around and do all the things and exhaust themselves, where you can just sort of oversee. It's like your mind is really concretizing this month into its knowingness of how to hold complexity and direct and manage, and you're finding your depths with this. So you're kind of moving out of the young show pony into a master role where you get to direct instead of run, so to speak. So that is an extreme example I just gave, but in some way you're moving in your responsibilities into a more confident place instead of a more kind of risky, energetic excitement phase. You're really dropping into something deeper and more in control of your circumstances in the outer world. You know, have fun with this part, the fiery energy, that is great, but I think by the end of the month you're going to realize like you've got more to give in a more concrete role that's more of an overseer type energy, or a more calm energy mentally, that's more in control of your responsibilities in life. So yeah, I mean, really beautiful reading, you guys. I hope July is exciting, less perilous and more exciting, because I see so many things coming through that are just really beautiful for you guys, and you know, fun, and but leading to just like such a new depth and confidence in things in your life. So this is where I'm going to leave your July reading. If there was anything that really popped out or connected for you, I love hearing that in the comments. Of course, a thumbs up is the easiest way to support my new channel, and definitely subscribe if you want more readings from me. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your July reading. You guys picked card 39, Temporary Obstacles, Water Above, Mountain Below. So the composition of this reading is I'm going to do a few cards that will look at the general overview of July, and then I'm going to do an animal and some tarot cards for the different cardinal directions of life for more context with specific areas. So those 4 areas are your sense of self. So where is your motivation? What's driving you? What's your energy level like? And then the second direction, we look at the foundations and depth of your life, what's coming into maturity. This holds things like home and family, your day-to-day processes, what you're finding a certain strength and illumination in, and health and wellness can kind of come into this area as well. And then we'll look at relationships third, and then outer world position, whatever responsibilities you hold in the outer world will be represented by that 4th direction. So things like career or school, etc. Okay, so this first card that you picked is going to represent sort of the environment around your July. So what kind of circumstances, events, atmosphere will be around your July in general. So with temporary obstacles, this has a lot to do with accepting little challenges that come your way as character building, and as an opportunity to also turn inward and pull out a greater depth within, to understand yourself better, to see maybe where you've been misguided or what resource you might have within you to deal with a certain circumstance. So developing a new resource within you. So different metaphors that could lay on this is like a grain of sand in the oyster that becomes the pearl. So certain resistances can end up creating character, beauty, something of worth within us or in our lives. This can also be sort of like the boulder that falls from the mountain into your path, and it's always better to go around it rather than try to move the boulder. Or there was another good metaphor I'm trying to remember. I might need to look real quick. Let's see. Sorry, just reading. Well, anyway, those were a couple of metaphors, I think, that Oh, so like the plane. So without air resistance, airplanes couldn't fly. So there's often a hidden benefit to certain resistances and obstacles that really can bring out some innovation, develop new resources within us, build character. So it can be seen as an opportunity rather than an irritation, or as temporary irritation that will lead to something beautiful. So just like being okay, like when there's irritation or frustration, like know that that might be building something interesting within. Yeah, what kind of resourcefulness are you finding due to this, those feelings? Okay, let's look at an animal card to see your mentality, where you're coming from this month, and anything about how you might be facing off against these outer world, the outer world environment. Black egg. So this is related to the throat chakra, finding your truth, finding expression. So there might be something that you're really trying to express into the world, whether it's a truth or a certain creativity, but there's something about your inner world that you're trying to get across and bring out into your outer world. And you're maybe finding some resistance with this, some struggle with it, but lean into that, because it's really developing something about your voice and your expression that is building something new within you that's really great. So lean into the resistance, lean into that irritation, and know that it's developing a new resource within you that is actually going to be a huge asset. Okay, so I'm also going to draw a goddess card to see what goddess kind of wants to come in to lend her energy to you and be a guide, and also might give us a clue a little bit more about what's coming in July because of who shows up. Okay, Sedna, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So this goddess has a lot to do with teaching us about a sense of exchange. So how can you every single day put giving and receiving into action? In breath, out breath, give, receive, like really creating a dynamic exchange in your life. So this might be something that's that resistance is around, like really interacting with others, putting yourself out there. So, being around maybe your throat chakra and your expression, your voice in the world, your expression in the world. I think that resistance is coming in really listening and taking that in from others and putting your own out. And there's going to be some irritation with it. It's not quite right. You're really learning how to take it in from others and how to put it out. And there might be some feedback you don't like, or some roadblocks you're hitting in terms of the kind of exchanges you're wanting. But that friction, these resistances, the delays, the obstacles, these are really, developing something beautiful. So just keep, as much as you put your expression out, notice other people's expression and voices and truths. Take those in just as much, and that practice is really developing something beautiful. And I think you're going to learn just as much from the intake, from the receiving of other people's expressions and truths, as you'll learn from putting your own out there. So really pay attention to that, both sides of that dynamic, because it's really building something beautiful in you. Okay, let's look at the different directions of your life for a little more specific detail. Okay, so your sense of self, what is driving you? What's motivating you? What's your energy level? Ooh, beautiful. Honeybee, divine feminine. You are being called on to rise. So this is all of exactly the giving and receiving, as well as that expression. I really relate the bird and bee time of life to late spring when the blossoms are out and the pollination is happening. So this is really definitely a time to pollinate things, to pick up things, to move them, take information in, take truths and expression in, distill them, disseminate them, put your own out there. There's just like a beautiful pollination of things going on. And I think where the frustration is going to feel is it might feel shallow and like nothing really comes of each time you put it out. But there's a practice going on here that's really building up, that's helping you to find where your expression belongs and what kinds of expressions and truths you want to take in. So that shallowness sometimes has to be gone through in order to find where you want to root into life and where you want to place your depth, where you belong. So where your expression belongs and what expressions you want to take in. So your sense of self, your energy, your drive, your motivation is really centered here in trying to figure that out. Like, where does your expression belong? Be flirtatious with it, be shallow with it, have fun with it, pollinate with it. Try everything on and take in just as much as you put out. There's an exchange that needs to be sensed into here. Okay, let's look at some tarot. King of Cups, beautiful. Page of Cups. Look at all these court cards and the cups. And the Fool. Okay, I love this. Yeah, okay. I think you have something big and wonderful and very robust and magnetic in you to put out in the world. And it's like you know it, but you haven't gone through the steps of, you're still like immature and new and an initiate in terms of knowing how to put it out there, what to do with it. And so this month is all about, putting yourself out there, putting your expression out there, seeking the expressions that resonate with you, finding those places, those niches, flirting with them, being willing to be a beginner in that regard. And by the end of July, you're really going to know your direction, just like I've already talked about. You're going to have that impulse, this knowingness of where you want to root, where you belong, and where you want to jump off and really commit your expression to, your truth to, your voice to. So put in the work. Like, it might be a little bit frustrating, irritating through July as you do this, but really put it out, really put some effort into it. Allow your drive to allow yourself to feel new and naive and innocent and green in all of this. And by the end of the month, you're gonna hit that tone, the exact right tone, to know where to give this really powerful, potent expression, where to dedicate that, where to build it, where to invest it. Beautiful. Okay, let's look at the foundations of your life, the depth of your life, what's maturing. Wolf, heart medicine. Let go of that which does not serve your highest good. Okay, so a little bit of a closet cleaning, maybe some spring cleaning in your home or in your day-to-day processes, connecting with your heart to know what serves you down in your foundations and what doesn't. So 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, okay, Knight of Swords. So this is definitely feeling like there's some irritation down in the depths of your life where you're feeling, your sense of maturing, what's fruitful in your life, that might feel a little irritating this month. and you may be feeling a little bit guarded and closed off from really wanting to share the things that are in a mature phase within you with the world. You may feel a little hermitish, wanting to lock yourself in your home, which would be normal for a Cancer season, to want to just be with your family or in your home. Cancer season definitely has us sometimes feeling a bit vulnerable and just wanting to be with our closest support systems. But there's been something there's a wound down here. You're feeling, I think, extra vulnerable about how fruitful your life is feeling at the moment. And it's, I think that spring cleaning was right on. I think it's time to decide what really nourishes your life, what really makes you feel good about yourself, who nourishes you. Like what kind of soul work do you need to do to really surround yourself with people and practices that make you feel good rather than reaffirm something you dislike about yourself. It's all about really paying attention to what makes you feel good and building on that and putting more of that. So let the heart pains be that irritant, the sand and the oyster, to know what you need to spring clean out of your life. And pay attention to that heart, what feels good to it, and build off of that. There's something that you are protecting to strengthen, and surrounding yourself by soulful things that feed your soul is going to lead to you feeling the strength and courage and boldness to put yourself back out in the world and to, I'm seeing a pen in her hand and writing on her dress, which is again relates back to this expression and voice. There might be a writing component for some of you. What in your foundations, what kind of self-care, what kind of nurturing do you need from the foundations, from the people you surround yourself with, from your day-to-day rituals, from the kind of work you do? How can you make this all feel better and surround yourself with things that really feed your soul? Because the thing that wants to mature in you, that wants to come out, is a strength of, I think you have strong ideas, a strong mind that's very expansive, that's very adventurous, and it wants to express something, but you need to get something in your foundations. You need to pay attention to what the irritants are in order to soften this up, to make things feel more gentle and caring down in your foundations. I hope that makes sense. But I think July is going to be a huge opportunity and a beautiful opening for you to really understand through your heart what makes you feel good down in the roots of your life, and how important that is in supporting you to reach into the world with the fullness and boldness of your talents and expression. So a little bit of homework there, a little bit of, but these are the tools you need. Really look to what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like you're strengthening something in your life versus continually wounding something. What feels good versus what feels like it feeds a wound versus feeds your strength, and do a deep clean there with your knowingness of heart to give you the strength you need to be this, to be a bold Knight of Swords, putting your expression out there with adventure and bravada and clarity of mind. Okay, let's look at relationships. Raven, wise woman, a change is coming. Okay, interesting. Strength, Nine of Cups. These are beautiful cards. Hierophant. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I'm really feeling like this is, I know this is weird because we've already read your personal energy, but this relationship energy also feels very much so about a relationship to yourself. And I think that's going to be one of your biggest lessons this month. And it also has a lot to do with what's going on down in the foundations of your life, where there's some vulnerability. Is you need to get in right relationship with yourself. And I think you understand that. I think you're wising up to this. And you're doing the work to change this. You're finding the depth of, I think there's been an imbalance within you and your own inner relationship to what's civilized in you versus animalistic in you. One of them has been more dominant than the other, and they haven't been working well together. So that's something for you to ask yourself. And I do feel like you're already seeing this. What I'm saying, I feel like most of you are already seeing this. The Raven has a lot to do with an ability with sight. So I feel like you're really wising up to this. You already kind of know what I'm saying, and this is like confirmation with maybe a little extra oomph in there of understanding, insight. Yeah, I think you're needing to figure out the relationship and finding a more balanced, equal relationship between what's civilized in you and what's animalistic in you, what's instinctive and intuitive, and sort of that yin and yang, that animal of the woman, of the dark, hidden soils of our instinctual wild self versus that more civilized solar type energy of things we can see that need to be proper and part of acceptable in our culture and society, and the different rules of etiquette. And one of those aspects of you, I think, has been more dominant and another repressed. And I think you're figuring that out. And July with this lunar month is really getting you in touch with, I actually want to say that coming through to me is like the majority of you, I think, have been more civilized, and this lunar month of Cancer is really getting you in touch with that animal, intuitive woman who runs with the wolves type energy, and letting your wild self out a bit more and giving it a voice, giving it an equal place in your life, in your heart, in your being. And yeah, kind of bringing that out, letting yourself uncage a little bit. And then the Nine of Cups, I think this is the key to some sort of wish fulfillment in terms of relationships. And there is wisdom available to you about this. Mentor, a book, some sort of beautiful guidance that's available that you just need to watch out for. I think it will come to you. You just have to be open to it, aware of it, and invite it in. But the information you need, the guidance you need, the mentoring you need, whatever it is, there is a relationship in your life coming, more of a mentor type relationship, anchoring down into your life that has a lot of wisdom about this, about how to build the relationship to your energies, to your life within yourself, that you need, that's trying to come out of you, that's trying to like that pearl form within you. And you're starting to feel this irritation of something that's been oppressed, and that irritation is letting it form, is letting it develop. And through that, and through some guidance coming in, it's bringing a whole new sense of wish fulfillment, of inner fulfillment, of fruitfulness of how you think and feel about yourself, hence the kinds of, the relationship you have with yourself, hence the relationships you can develop in your life. There's just a huge change coming. Exactly, a change is coming, wise woman. Yeah, you're really wising up to something here about your relationship to yourself, and it's going to form this month. You're going to get it, and it's going to bring a whole new development of relationships in your life in general, overall. So really gorgeous. I love this. Okay, last area. Let's look at outer world responsibilities. So for you, whatever that is, career, school, who knows, PTA. I'm sure there's all sorts of things I'm not thinking of. Flamingo, Unity Heart. You are being called to work on collective healing. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. King of Swords. Okay, those are all beautiful cards. So something expressing through you feels like, you might have some insight about some sort of like ancestral healing, collective societal downloads of understanding that you're seeing through and past, and how to transcend. And there's like a new value landing in you, a new understanding, a new connectedness to your own body, your own voice, to the earth you are on and steward, your own neighborhood, your own home, whatever that is, your own state, your own country, whatever. Some sort of anchoring in of a new sense of value for some matter, some material, some value that is helping you to see how to clear out some kind of collective pain, wounds, and you have a key to knowing how to turn the wheels of this for the broader world. And I think it's just like, it's going to take time this month to know how to express that, how to turn those wheels, how to get this message across clearly, effectively, broadly, because this is a call to something collective. There's a lot of gears, there's a lot of things to understand, to know how to get your heart's message out in a way that really turns some wheels, in the way that this information, this new value, this new matter can. And it's just putting it into exchange. Try things, going back to that energy of self, that first direction, pollination. Just keep trying things, try things on. Don't be light about it. Don't take yourself so seriously that like it has to be perfect, or that things have to work on your first expression or try. Like, you need to do a little bit of experimenting here and listen to how others put messages out that are collective in nature, collectively healing in nature, and what it is they do. Listen to them and analyze what they do, analyze what others do, take in other messages to refine your own message or ability to create messaging. By the end of June, that King of Swords energy is coming, and you're going to know exactly, just like such a clarity of mind and authority and command. You're going to know exactly how to thread the needle thread the eye of the needle, like bullseye. You're going to know exactly how to get this message across with such poise and confidence and light. And it will crank those wheels. It will, you have a pearl of wisdom to share. These are like, I don't know what they are, lights, stars, and I'm calling them also like pearls of wisdom. You have them to share, and I think by the end of July, you're going to figure out the way in which you want to message and find your standing with this, how you want to stand in your message, how you want to deliver it, how you want to express it. Because I do think there's like a creative side in you that doesn't want to just put information out as information. I think there's something a little bit more flamboyant about how you want to do this, a little bit more creative and colorful and expressive about this. And so you're trying to find the right way to express, the right way to package, the right way to put this out into the world in a way that is exchangeable, that people want to exchange on this and receive it, and be in exchange with others around this. So really beautiful. I love this reading. This July for every pile has been really beautiful. But yeah, yours in particular feels, it may be like one of the more challenging piles with this irritant thing, but I think one of the most gratifying piles by the end. I think you're really developing something beautiful, relationship with self, relationship with expression, relationship with the world and others. So much coming through here. Yeah, just really gorgeous. So this is where I'm going to leave your July reading. If any of this really connected to you in a specific way, I love hearing that in the comments. Of course, subscribe if you are not yet, if you want more of my readings, and a little thumbs up goes a long way. It's the best way you can support my newish channel. All right, I will see you guys in another reading.